Jurassic World Evolution 2 has been great with their DLC so far, adding exactly what the community wanted, and even dinosaurs we didn't know we needed like Australopithecus, but we love them anyway. There is a high demand, however, from the community for more DLC, but this isn't because we think they aren't doing good enough, it's just that we just can't stop enjoying every dinosaur they make. A few months ago I made a DLC on dinosaurs, and the DLC I think they could be added in, judging them off researching what the community wants, popularity, and also what I think the game itself is perfectly capable of adding. I only covered a fraction of what I think the community would like to see, as I don't really do extra long videos, so, just like I did with Planet Zoo, this is going to be a new entire series, and not just a single video like the JWE2 update ideas. Let's not go on too long, and to the flying animal pack we go. Just a heads up, just like the last video, the artwork featured on this video has been stuff that I found and liked off the internet, mostly Wikipedia. It's incredibly difficult to find out who owns the artwork, as a lot of these I've seen being duplicated, copied, and overall been spread absolutely everywhere in dinosaur images, so I can't track down who exactly made it. As always, however, if you find one of your images that you made on one of these ideas, just let me know. I'll credit you in like a pin comment or description, something like that if you want. Perfectly okay with me. Starting off with a fan favourite, for those of you who enjoyed walking with dinosaurs, this is Ornithocheirus. I know that the one in the documentary is basically confirmed to be a Tropiognathus, but just like Brontosaurus and Apatosaurus, Ornithocheirus is still its own genus, which means Ornithocheirus still exists. It's also still quite popular, even if not as popular as Tropiognathus. Also, I've upgraded little icons, they're actual feeders now. Heartzygopteryx was, yes, featured last time, but I thought that the island pack, which I featured in last episode, was quite unlikely, so this guy's going to be joining our tier 2. It's the second largest known pterosaur, beaten only by Quetzalcoatlus, which we already have, and lived in what is now Romania, back when Europe was just a sea with a few little islands here and there. Surprisingly, the island it lived around, Heartzeg, is famous for the dinosaurs found there being considerably smaller than their relatives, so I don't know what these guys think they're doing. This one, well, admittedly I am useless at pronouncing big names, as you probably remember from that one Raptor last video. I had to get a pronunciation app to do that one for me, but this is basically another Heartzygopteryx. What can I say? It's hard to find cool big pterosaurs that can only really be used in one pack. Here we have Argentavis. If you've played Ark, which I imagine almost everyone here has, you're basically an expert on them. If you're an astute observer as well, you can see that while all the other animals in this pack eat fish, this one ate meat. Probably ate a bit of fish too, but for the pack, we'll just go for meat. Finally, is a favourite of mine. Maybe not the best pterosaur in my opinion, but Pterodaustro is heavily underrated. It's like a giant reptilian flamingo. You know, because birds aren't reptiles, let alone dinosaurs. Who would believe that lie? I remember I used to have do you remember these books? Pretty sure I was introduced to this flamingo Dactyl in this pterosaur book. Was apparently one of the writers worked on walking dinosaurs or something. I would like to interrupt your DLC ideas video with a little addition to my last video. I missed the 5 deaths maps, including Sanctuary, so much that I reinstalled the first Evo not a while ago just to have a look at them again. Why aren't they here yet, Frontier? You know we need them. Also, please don't be lazy. We deserve the DLC maps too, for how long we've been waiting for the expansion pack idea. Well, I'll do those guys later on, remember the Hyper Pack last time. For now, I'd like you to meet the Arctic dinosaur pack. Gorgosaurus, also known as the only good character in the Walking with Dinosaurs 3D movie because he was the only one that shut up. Nanuqsaurus, which translates to polar bear lizard, so it would be a bit silly not to add him. Also, as like Gorgosaurus, it's a tyrannosaur thingy, I don't think it's a close relative, but still we love tyrannosaur-like animals. Edmontonia, because it's been a while since we've had ourselves a good old ankylosaur, and also quite a popular one at that, Parktosaurus. Welcome to the probably 5 rating, but welcome aboard anyway, I bet you have nice skin patterns club. And Hesperonychus, because, listen, Dinosaurs are always a welcome treat. Also know in this universe, they'll make him a billion times larger than usual. I think we're also slightly larger ever since that microorganism of Moros intrepidus was given to us. It's a nice dinosaur, but why is it the size to fit in that school hall I mentioned in that one storytime video? The real one was the size of you. So yeah, 2 tyrannosaurs, a raptor, an ankylosaur and a little herbivore. Just the ideal pack for a Christmas DLC. Right, you're doing well. This is the fish eating DLC, featuring piscivorous animals of both the land, the aviary and the lagoon. Also these are all, of course, eaten at the fish feeder, except for one animal, which I think can now use the shark feeder. I mean, it can eat from the, shoal feeder because it's a lagoon animal, but, it can have both. On land, we have 2. We have the titanoboa, the largest snake to ever live, and that image is not exaggerating. Okay, maybe a little bit. Irritator is a beloved spinosaur with a very fitting binomial name if you know the story behind the fossil discoveries. For the aviary, Pelagornis is another arc bird. It's basically just a giant albatross. Metriorhynchus is a marine crocodile-like animal, and you may remember them from the Walking with Sea Monsters show they did with Nigel. Tusoteuthis is nothing like the one you see in Ark. It instead possibly looked more like a cuttlefish or a vampire squid or something. Cephalopods, which of course this is, are interesting. I think the shark feeder would be a clever way to show their camouflage and intelligence. My idea for an animation is, it senses the food, knows it's a shark, changes colour, approaches, knows it's dead when it reaches the surface, changes back colour, climbs up the rope, tumbles off because slippery, but just manages to grab the shark with a suction cup on the tentacles. Also, I couldn't find a PNG of the shark feeder, so I just took a shark off Bing. You did the waiting very well, so here it is. The expansion pack based off the novel that inspired the first 2 movies, and of course, that went to everything we have now. Only 3 new species I think we need, however. These are small. We've got Procompsognathus, Ornitholestes. Actually, I don't really think Ornitholestes is very small. I mean, it's not the biggest, but I don't think it's tiny. And finally, I have gifted you the one and only Microceratus. Also, we have 3 new things. Possible maps for creating the novels, possible new scenarios, and variants and skin genes or new abilities for dinosaurs featured in the books. For example, the camouflaging Carnotaurus. I still haven't come up with an outro, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave this one up to you. I'd like to see what you think of this pack and if there's any dinosaurs I should add or remove.